Good morning, friends and peoples of concern of Bible prophecy. Welcome to another day of Bible prophecy. My name is Prophet C. Brazil. Once again, let me introduce myself to biblical terms. I am a modern day prophet sent by God the Father to prepare the way for the return of Jesus the Christ, God's Son. What I decided to do, when you're uh, speaking concerning Bible prophecy, sometimes when you're not speaking, it doesn't matter what side you're on, you're going to offend somebody. The false prophets and the false messengers of God, they become offended when you speak and you reveal something contrary to what they have spoken of or what they have revealed to you. Many of them become offended and they begin to speak gibberish because they don't want to be revealed. Same thing as the Satan, the evil spirit, does. Now, why does it say this? My life, thank God, I came up on the rough side of the mountain. The way and the path upon which I was brought up and raised up in the United States of America wasn't easy at all. God never said it would be. But coming up on the rough side of the mountain, there was so much common wisdom I experienced along the way. And as I began to reveal the things spoken of in the Bible and show that the contents of the Bible, the meaning of these ministers who of high tech and of knowledge of high schooling, many become offended, and I could tell this by the tone of their voice. They begin to speak gibberish because they're just like Satan. Their ingredients is the same as Satan. They don't want to be revealed. They don't want to no one to understand that they have been speaking falsely all through these years. They didn't know comprehend what they was really talking about. That God the Father, He the one spoke all throughout Bible prophecy, and anything that they said beforehand, and when the true prophet comes, God Himself, not me, but God Himself revealed these things. And that way they become insulted by the prophet God sent and the word that He speaks. Now, only way I'm gonna start this here is about, as so many current events have taken place since I've been speaking here, and I said I've been kind of sick there, and I'm still keeping my faith towards God. And if you bear with me and understand this and listen at these here, I'm gonna start with Ezekiel and beginning and go through, because I never just read the whole chapter of Ezekiel all at one time and revealed that these I'm interpreting as I go. This is the only way I can do this here. The things that I never have revealed to you in the prophecy of Ezekiel, I will reveal these things before I go to another chapter in the same manner I did Daniel. And I will place them on YouTube. Now, let me first read part of St. Matthew's, and then I'm going to refer back to Ezekiel and show you where I was. I'm going to show you first the chronicle, go through the chronicle, part of the chronicle, and see who had dominion. And you get this truth. And when your minister sit up and ask you, you ask this minister, who did God give dominion over the earth? Who was the child that was given dominion? And you'll find out it didn't come out of the genetic trace of the United States of America. It didn't come through Alexander Gray. It didn't come through the peoples out of the north. This is the only thing where you're going to find the true meaning. Find out who gained dominion. Find out the pedigree of the human race, who God given dominion to. You have to ask these questions. You have to question. You have to put your ministry out there. Don't you say, well, he's saying all this here and he's saying all that. The only thing he do is out there just to instigate. Now, these are legitimate questions because your salvation is at stake. Let me read, go to St. Matthew, if you please, chapter 24. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See you not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. They perceived the ways of God was the ways of man. But Jesus was not talking about the way of God. The 12 disciples became the vessels of God. The 12 disciples became the temple of God. The commanders in chief of the temple, who was the leader of each tribe, each one of them, their legacy and their leadership, their governmental body will be thrown down, and they will be forced to take on a law of democracy. This is what God was saying, speaking to Jesus was speaking to his disciples. He said, verse 3, And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of our coming and of the end of the world? They're talking about this judgment. He asking Jesus a specific question. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name. This is what we see in today, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7, But nations shall rise against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Isn't it all these here things? All these are the beginning of sorrow. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Isn't they calling those people Islamic factions? Don't you hear? Even in the ministers even call it in the United States, calling these people Islamic faction for his name's sake, because they is blood cousins to Jesus Christ. That's his name. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. These are the things. Listen to all these things. These things are happening right now. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come. Isn't this what I'm doing right now on YouTube? Isn't these things what I'm doing? I say, you can't buy me nothing, you can't give me nothing, you can't sell me nothing. But yet I'm hated. Yeah, prophets is going against me. Many ministers going against me because they don't want this to get out. But I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it out. Thank God he gave me this. When you therefore shall see the abomination, changing the law of Moses to a democratized system, and the wars killing God's people, slaying his people in the whole land. Abomination of desolation, World War III, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place,